Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Matthew. I appreciate you being here. First of all, I want to say thank you very much for the many subscribers that has been calling me and congratulating me and telling me very good things about this channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. If this is your first time, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. I do appreciate you being here. This channel is called A Nigerian in Germany because I'm a Nigerian and I live in Germany. So, like I said in the last time, we'll be looking at both countries, the issues arising. Today, I'm going to start a new part of the channel called 10 Things. The similarities and the differences in things happening in Germany and Nigeria. Driving. If you have ever driven in Nigeria before, you know, to be politically correct, we'll say it's, let's say it is different. I have a cousin that once told me the definition of madness is driving in Lagos. That's an extreme way of looking at it. But there are two different words when it comes to driving. 2 years before I left Nigeria, I started driving. And the thing about life is when you are in a situation, you just think that is everything that is there is to it. You just think that is everything until you go to another environment and you see something being done differently before you can compare both ways. So when I was driving in Nigeria, or rather in Port Harcourt, it was okay. I was a young man. There was nothing too stressful about it because I had little problems. No, not a lot though. But it was really chaotic. But because that was the only thing I was used to, that was the only thing I knew at that time. So, and don't forget that in Nigeria, we have very bad roads, very bad roads. So coming to Germany, it was, of course, I didn't start driving right away. It took me about 2 years to get my things together. And I found out that if you compare driving in Germany to Nigeria, it's a whole different world. They are two extremely different places. Theoretically, driving in Germany is absolutely easy. For instance, on the Autobahn or the highways, that's what they call the highways here, Autobahn. It is very easy. If it is a 3-lane traffic, the fast lane is always on the left. So if you have to overtake, you overtake on the left. It is absolutely very easy. And after overtaking, then you go back to the right. You can stay in the middle or you can take to the extreme right. That is how they drive here. And if you big tons of cars like trailers, you stay on the right because that's for slow moving vehicles. If you want to overtake, you overtake on the left and go to the right again. Then the extreme left is when you are really fast, which is a different thing entirely. That is how they drive here. It is very structured. Driving in Germany, theoretically though, it is very easy. Nigeria is very chaotic. That's the truth about it. Driving in Nigeria is a challenge, to use the politically correct word. It is a very challenging thing to be driving in Nigeria. Number 2, banking. First of all, I would say I think banking in Nigeria is a very how do you put it? Banking in Nigeria has come a long way. And I really like banking in Nigeria because, for example, if you transfer money to anyone in Nigeria, even if it's for a different bank, in Nigeria, it takes less than 5 minutes, absolutely 5 minutes for the person to get an alert. An alert is what you get on your phone that you receive some money. That's what we call it in Nigeria, an alert. So you get it straight away. Whether if you are in the same bank or you're in a different bank, it really doesn't matter. But less than 5 minutes. In fact, sometimes it's less than 2 minutes. You get less than 2 minutes. You get your alert that someone had transferred you some money. Here in Germany, transferring money is a little bit, let's say it's a little bit different, to be politically correct. It's a little bit different. If you transfer money to a bank, whether it's the same bank, if you transfer money to someone here in Germany, or even if it's the same bank or it's a different bank, it takes a minimum 2 days. It takes a minimum 2 days. That's what my experience has taught me in Germany. And it is really different. So when it comes to transferring money, I would say I would prefer the Nigerian method because we Nigerians, when you send us money, we want to get it like yesterday, not tomorrow or now. We want to get it like yesterday. So for the Nigerian environment, that is good. Someone once told me that it is different because, or it is bad because it helps in money laundering. But I think that's a whole different situation. But I like it. If you transfer money, you get it less than 2-3 minutes, and that's good to go. So I like that. So number 3, religion. Before I say that, I will say this is a very controversial issue, and I would think with time we might have to do an extra episode on religion. In Nigeria, most people in the north are Muslims, and most people in the south are Christians, or we tend to be Christians and Muslims. For me, Christianity in Nigeria is more of a business. That's the way I look at it. That's my personal view. You can tell me, or we can discuss about it, but I look at it as a business. Because we take everything we do in Nigeria to the extreme. For example, the place I grew up in, the street I grew up in is about maybe like 30 houses, And the last time I went to Nigeria, it was 2018. Out of these 30 houses, there are 4 churches, four churches in a street with 30 houses. And this, I don't know, but everybody claims to be Christian. But like I said in my first video, maybe I'll put a link in there. There is a difference, for me, there's a difference between churchgoers and Christians. Because if you look at it, the word Christian means you are like Christ. That's Christ-like. And if we are really like Christ, then why do we have so many problems in Nigeria? Problems of corruption, nepotism. There's even people that kill people to make money. And at the end, they will say they are Christians. So for me, it's religion. For me personally, religion has been one of our problems in Nigeria. And the problem is getting worse every day. Because for me, religion or Christianity is a business in Nigeria. So like I said, we can talk about this in a different episode. Maybe we might make a whole episode about religion in Nigeria. So, but in Germany here, it's a little bit different. Religion is a little bit different here. Most people claim to be Christians, but the truth about it is a lot of people don't go to church here. The church very close to me here, you will see more of the old people. There are more old people in a church than in young people. It's a really sad thing. And so the fact is, if you are used to the Nigerian style of religion or going to church or church services, the German system is a little bit, boring. In Nigeria, we like to sort of overdo things. We sing and dance, and it's like a party in the church. But here in Germany, it's quiet though. They don't dance. They might sing though. But you remember how it is in the Catholic Church? That's how the most churches are in Germany. And then there are the Nigerian churches, though. Although we must say that the German government don't call them churches. They just call them Gemeinde, or they call them like an association or a religious association. Because here, if you are a Christian, or if you say you are a Christian, you might have to pay taxes. And the tax that you pay go to these churches, but I don't think the Nigerian churches here, they don't get those because they are not recognized as churches. Why they are not recognized as churches? Because most of them, they are not really churches in the real sense. It's just a gathering of religious people. That's how the Germans classify them. Because most of them, to have a church here, you have to have studied like theology or something like that. And here, most of the Nigerian churches, the pastors, I don't think they study theology, so they are not recognized as pastors. They do other business, and on Sunday they gather people together in a place and they just worship. Of course, it's a church. That's in the Nigerian sense, but in the German sense, it is not recognized like that. So that's the major differences. So number 4, noise. This is a really funny aspect of this noise. Here in Germany, there are days they call this. They just call it noise-free, like Sundays. It's here in Germany, it's a little bit different. I remember the very first time I came into Germany, it was on a Sunday. I took a bus from Frankfurt to Mannheim, which is about 90 kilometers. And on this Sunday, on the Autobahn or on the highway, I only saw maybe like less than 1,000 vehicles on the way. It was so quiet, and it was a Sunday. But it was my first day in Germany. I was like, wow, these people, they don't go out on Sundays. But you remember that when I was a little man, when I was a young man Nigeria at that time. I remember Sundays is the days you do Owambe, the way you do parties after church, you had a lot of noise and things like that. And Nigerians were loud. That's when we do parties, we are loud. That's real loud parties. Jammers are also loud too, but this is most times when they do festivals and things like that. But there are times in Germany, they just say you are not supposed to make a lot of noise. For example, I think it's between the hours. I'm not so sure. You can correct me if you know that. Between the hours of the afternoon, in the afternoon, between the hours of 1 and 3 o'clock, you're not supposed to make noises here when you are living in a house. Sometimes the neighbors might call the police for you if you are making a lot of noise, if you play loud music and things like that. Then after 10 o'clock in the night, you're not supposed to play loud music. It's not supposed to be loud. That's how they do it here. So that's a little bit different. And don't forget too, and closely related to this, in Nigeria, when we are driving in Nigeria, we use the horn of the car. The Germans, I don't even know why they have horns here anyway. You hardly use horns. You have a horn in your car, of course, but you hardly use it. The only time they use the horns here is, for example, when they are having like marriages, and when they have a convoy of cars moving around the city, they blow their horns on the wedding day or things like that. And the Germans just tolerate that because it's a happy moment. But when you are driving, like we do in Nigeria, when you are driving and you see someone on the traffic and you just no, the Germans, they will look strange at you when you're doing that. So that's a lot of difference too between Nigeria and Germany. So number 5, let's talk about food. Bread. Oh my God. If you are a Nigerian, I will tell you something. These people, they like bread. Oh my God. They eat bread like, in Nigeria, we eat bread maybe for breakfast and maybe in between meal, we eat bread. And so for a Nigerian, you cannot say bread is really food. Bread is like for breakfast. Eat it with maybe with tea or beverages. And that's how you just eat it in between meal. But here in Germany, oh my God, these people, they like bread. I had some medical issues a while ago, and I had to spend a week in the hospital. Brother, sister, for me, it was terrible when it comes to food. It was really, really terrible. They give you bread in the morning with some sausages and things like that. And then in the evening, they will give you bread and soup. That is your dinner. For a Nigerian, in things like that, bro, I'm a foodie. I love food. It was one of the hardest part of being in the hospital, food. So sometimes I will sneak out, and don't forget it was the Corona time, so it was difficult to order some food in. But sometimes I will sneak out, go to the gate and order some food and bring it to the lobby, and I'll eat because I can't survive that. They eat bread and soup as dinner. Me, I want to eat eba. I want to eat pounded yam. Sorry, but that's the way I want to eat real food. Germans, they like bread. That is for sure. So, number 6, beer. These people, they like beer. Oh my God. The total population of Germany is about 83 million people. And by the last count, they have like over 1,300 breweries in Germany. They love beer. These people drink beer. They love beer. I don't think it's as it's a little bit different from Nigeria. Of course, we have breweries though, but these people, they like drinking beer. And the brewery business is a very good business here. And in Nigeria, the breweries, they are very, very big. Most of the breweries, they are big. But here, Germans, they even have private brewers. You just see like a pub, and they will be making their own beer. They like beer here, bros. They really do like beer here. So in Nigeria, I don't think we have more than 1,000. I don't think we have up to 1,000 breweries. You can correct me, please. Write something in the comment. And when I was in Benin City, there used to be a brewery called Bender Brewery. I think they used to do Crystal beer, but I learned it closed up. So I don't think we have up to 500 breweries in Nigeria. But here, the Germans, they love beer. So number 7, meat. While we're still talking about food, these guys, they love meat. They love meat. In Germany, they have so many ways of making meat. They have so different types of sausages, and they have a lot of meat here. And one of the difference here is that they like a lot of pork meat. They eat a lot of pork meat here. One of the reasons is because it is cheap. It is a very cheap type of meat, and I think it's because that's what they are used to. Of course, they eat chicken and cow meat and things like that, but most people eat pork meat here. You know, in Nigeria, when we are cooking, for instance, when we buy meat, we just cut it, and then to cook it, we either grill it or we fry it in oil, and that's basically how we cook soup or stew in Nigeria. But here, they have so many different types of ways they make their food, their meat. So number 8, the truth about the Germans is the Germans, compared to Nigerians, the Germans are individually, they are not very friendly. That's the way to put it politically correct. They are not as friendly as we Nigerians. That's the truth. That's the way I look at it. The Germans are cold. If you don't know them the first time, they are really cold. But when you get to know them personally, you find out they are just cool. When you get to know them personally, you find out they are just normal people. But the first time, for example, I give an example. The Germans, they hardly smile. You know, when you see somebody for the first time, when you are greeting someone in Nigeria, you say, "Hey, bros, how you doing?" You smile, put a smile on your face. In Germany, it's not really like that. No, don't get me wrong. Germans are really friendly people, though, but they are cold. They are not as welcoming as Nigerians. Let's just put it that way. My mom came here a couple of years ago, and she spent my mom spent 2 months. She was here for 2 months, and she said she don't want to come back anymore because the people here, they're so cold that the neighbors, you know, here in Germany, you hardly know your neighbor anyway. You only see your neighbor maybe when you go to the post to pick up your post downstairs, or when you meet them on the hallway or things like that, or if you see the name on the doorbell. But personally, I think the Germans are cold. That's how I look at it. If you have a different opinion there, you can put it in. This is a place where we interact. It's not a big deal. I think the Germans are cold. But when you know them individually, I've been living here a long time, you will find out they are just good folks. That's the way I look at it. So another factor I want to talk about is discipline. And I would specifically talk about the elections. I will put elections and discipline in the same category. And I will tell you what I mean by that. When they are doing elections here, I've been working for the past 15 years as an electoral officer. And I see that the German system is very, very structurized. You come in, you vote. There is nothing like fighting. There is nothing like making noise and things like that. Sorry to use this word like we are used to in Nigeria. There is no fighting or hanging around or things like that in Germany. No, it's not possible. It's not. The Germans are just, you vote and you go away. It's a very, very orderly way. And don't forget, nevertheless, the Germans complain. In my other video, when we're talking about complaint, you can see the link below. We're talking about Germans complain. They still complain that the election is so. So sometimes I tell them, see, if you come to Nigeria, you will know what chaos is when it comes to election. So here, the elections here, they are very structured, it's quiet, and more often than not, 99% of the time, the very day at the end of the election, you will get the result. You will get the diagnosis, or at least where the result is heading into. That is how the system works here in Germany. The election here, they are not chaotic like we are used to in Nigeria. That's the way I look at it. So the final thing I will be talking about today will be children. Now, for a Nigerian living in Germany, I would say the Germans are not so receptive when you have, let's just say, when you have a lot of children. They look at you that you are living off the country because you are getting child benefit, and that's why you are making a lot of children. There are a lot of couples here in Germany. They get married, but they don't have kids. And me as a Nigerian, or as an African, no, as a Nigerian, it's a very funny way. Of course, you can live your life the way you want to live your life. That's not what I'm saying. But if you get married, most people get married here and they don't have kids, and then they'll have a dog. That's just the way they have. They don't want kids. They deliberately say they don't want kids, and they will just get a dog. So what I'm trying to say is that they make less children here. They make less children here in Germany. In Nigeria, sometimes we are extreme. I have a friend. We went to the same school together, so we are the same age range, and he has 5 kids. Now you can look at it both ways, and like we always say in Nigeria, it is a blessing from God. But the way I look at it is, you don't have to push you don't have to push everything to God if you cannot take care of your kids. Why have kids? If you have at least 2 or 3, that should be enough for you. And don't forget that, in my opinion, one of the problems we are going to be having in Nigeria with time is going to be overpopulation. Even, I think we have it there already. If you go to a place like Lagos, for instance, you will know what I'm talking about. There are just way too many people. So, thank you very much. This is the end of this channel. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. And I appreciate it that you are here. And please pass the message around. Thank you very much. Have a good day.